Hey guys, Ashley here, also the AJ fan. Like I was doing with another video. I am here with the part 2 of characters I will never like. Let's get to it. I don't think some people are gonna really like because I left off on Peter, so I'm pointing into number 6 and we're going down all the way to number 1. I don't think a lot of people are gonna like the other people that are on this list because a lot of people do like them. I mean, personally, I don't. Listen, I'm pretty sure there are characters that I love that people don't like Lucas. People really don't like. There are some people who like him that I do see like under YouTube comments and like TikTok edits and things like that. There are people who actually do like Lucas, but majority of the fandom don't like Lucas. Me personally, I love him. I will always defend him, and I will always come to his defense about any decision that he's made, because you can't talk about him and then talk about another character and say that they're better. But it's like, come on. Me personally, how can you dislike Lucas, but you stand someone like Damon? That to me is idiotic. So yes, there are plenty of characters that I love that I just don't see the hate for. So let's get to the list. So, coming in number 6 is Adrian Lee from The Secret Life of the American Teenager. I hate Adrian. I tried so many times to like this character, and whenever I watch The Secret Life of the American Teenager, I just can't like Adrian. I can't like her. I really can't like her. I try to sympathize with her issues. I try to sympathize with everything. I've tried it, and I can't with her. She is just she's so annoying. She makes everything so competitive. Like, I literally was just watching some of my favorite episodes from the season, and the fact that she tried to make Amy, and I plan on doing a rant about this, the fact that she tried to make Amy and Grace feel bad about her not having any friends, this is your dumbass idea to come with a shower. Why are you even having a shower when you have no friends? That's stupid and idiotic. That's really dumb. Anyone can tell you that's dumb. Why are you having a shower if you have no friends? Why would anybody want to be your friend? You slept with nearly half of every girl's boyfriend in this school, you slut. And you want people to come to your shower? That was idiotic. It was also very idiotic for her to tell Grace that Amy started this whole competitive thing by sleeping with Ricky. Why are her and Ben, I'm gonna get to him, why are her and Ben so obsessed with Ricky and Amy's relationship? Why are they so obsessed with them? Even before her and Ricky got together, Adrian was obsessed with Amy, and Ben was obsessed with Ricky. Why are they so inferior about something that happened a long time ago, and it really didn't mean anything to either one of them? Amy, her first time didn't mean shit to her because she got pregnant, like she said. I hated Ricky because he got me pregnant at 15, and I lost my virginity to a guy, and it didn't mean anything. Like, it wasn't romantic, it isn't memorable. And Ricky, it wasn't memorable to him either, because he was a fuckboy. So the fact that they were really inferior about that, or feeling very insecure about that, is just very pathetic to me. Very, very pathetic. And Adrian, she's stupid for having sex with Ricky and thinking that it would make him want to be with her longer. She's really dumb for that. I'm just so many examples, so many rants I can go on about Adrian. There's so many, but I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet. What I'm going to say in closing about Adrian is that she's a very insecure girl, and I think she needs to go to therapy to understand her insecurities. And like I said, I tried to sympathize with her. They did this before in the episode. Her and Ricky went to therapy. She wanted to make the relationship more about sex, because it started off on just about sex, and she wanted to get away from that. She wanted to see if her and they can connect emotionally. And in the third episode, she basically said that she was in love before, and her and the boy, they did have sex, and that he had to move, and he didn't say goodbye. And she said it was like her dad all over again, except she didn't know who her dad was, but you know I guess the whole scenario about like just leaving and never come back, it felt like her dad. Like it just felt like that. Like I'm never gonna see him again. No letters, no nothing. And like I said, I try to sympathize with that. I completely understand that. The reason why I can't sympathize with that is because her behavior is very repetitive. It's very repetitive. She doesn't learn from her mistakes at all. All 5 seasons, Adrian never changed. She was still the same insecure, competitive girl, just feeling very inferior around everyone else. And I feel like if that therapy would have continued, I maybe would like Adrian, but I don't. So what I'll say in closing is that I will never like her character, and if you do like her character, get help. So, coming in number 5 is Ben from The Secret Life of the American Teenager. The same problems I have with Adrian are the same problems I have with Ben. Now, when I first watched this show, I really, really did like Ben. I thought that he was a great guy for stepping up for Amy, for being there for her, and, you know, not letting her be alone. But now that I am older, I got into that show, like I said, I shouldn't have watched a half of the show so young. I started watching Secret Life when I was in 7th grade. I had to be like 12 or 13. For my younger self, I just thought Ben and Amy were so cute, even though there was so many red flags and problematic elements in the relationship. Looking at it now, I thought Ben was just such a good guy. Fast forward, I'm not 12 years old anymore, I'm not 13. I am a 21-year-old adult female. And let me tell you, when I say that Ben is trash, he is awful. He's terrible. Ben is entitled. He's very spoiled. He's very whiny. He's very insecure. At the same time, he's insecure, and at the very same time, he's very conceited, just like Adrian. I didn't mention that. They're both very insecure, but they have a tendency to be conceited. It's always about them. It's never no one else's feelings. The fact that he told Amy, he was so obsessed with Amy. Oh my goodness, this guy. Ben came off very, very stalkerish in this show. From the very beginning, he came off very stalkerish. I would never forget, if I had to say what was probably the most stalkerish thing he ever did, was when he enrolled himself into the same college that Amy enrolled herself to. Even though he don't play instruments, he don't do music, why is he going to an all-music school? That to me was very weird. Amy should have contacted the authorities, and he stole her ring. Like, Ben was weird. Ben was so weird. So weird. That would have been a 911 now call. Call 911. Ben was so very obsessed with Amy, and that shit got really annoying. It's like he had no real storyline outside of being obsessed with her. And just like Adrian, it's like she had no storyline outside of being obsessed with either Ricky and Amy's relationship or being obsessed with Ricky. And it's like, can y'all give them something else? Can y'all find something else to do with them? Because I'm getting tired of this. Ben was not a great guy. Ben was actually the complete opposite, and I just told you what made him the complete opposite. He was very self-centered, very whiny, and at the same time very insecure. That's rolling to season 3, when I feel like his character got even more worse. I will say here, in season 1, he wasn't that bad, but he was very annoying. But like 2 and 3 is when he really started getting on my fucking nerves. But especially in season 3, the fact that he took Adrian's side on that whole debacle on the baby shower, and then he went to Amy's house and basically called her a slut for giving it up and getting pregnant. Then for his dad to tell Ben that Amy ruined his life, are you fucking kidding me? Ben didn't have to stay with Amy at 15. Why would anyone in their right mind do that? I'm just being real here. Normally, when a female is pregnant by somebody else, guys don't stay around. Why would they? I don't think you should. I would never encourage anybody to be a stepdad or a stepmother to anyone with children. That is a package deal, and when you have no interest in doing that, why force yourself to do it? I know I damn sure wouldn't do it. If a guy I was talking to reviewed that he secretly has a kid, I wouldn't want nothing to do with him because I don't want to be a part of that. No offense to anybody. I'm just saying me. I'm too young to be a stepmother. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just not going to do that. I think Ben was way too young for stuff. I think Ben was very young and he was very naive for thinking that he can basically try to be a stepdad to John while Ricky is the father and he's involved. Ben was just really stupid. He thought that getting married would solve every situation. And Leo, his father, oh my God, Ben's dad is terrible. I'm putting his dad on the other list. He has to be one of the worst TV show parents I have ever seen. He always encourages Ben's behavior and then has the right to tell him 2 minutes later, that's wrong, that's not going to solve anything. It's like, why are you encouraging him to get married at 15? Why are you encouraging him to get married at 17? That's not going to solve what him and Adrian have going on. It's not going to solve Amy's problem. If she marries Ben, Amy, you're still going to be married and you're still going to have a baby at 15. Did you really think getting married was going to solve any of those issues? Ben is really trash. Like, I just couldn't believe an episode that he really just, like, he tried to dog Amy out like that. I'm like, I couldn't believe my eyes. I just couldn't believe that he tried to do that. And his apology wasn't sincere when he went to the hallway and he said that he was really sorry about the things that he said. He was out of line. He damn sure was out of line. But I don't think his apology was sincere. Like, what made you stood that low to say those things? What made you stood that low? What made you stood that low? Amy wasn't saying anything that wasn't true. Ben, think about it. She got pregnant. She had sex with you to get back at Ricky because she thought Ricky cheated on her with me. She's pregnant by you to make Ricky jealous. All this is about her wanting Ricky to be jealous, but he's not jealous. He can care less. Like, I'm just telling you the truth. I'm just telling you the truth. I just feel like he's still a little bit too low with those comments he made about Amy, and then saying that she only wants to be with Ricky saying that she only wants to be with Ricky because she felt stupid about what happened the first time, and then to try to justify her actions and her mistakes. It's like, how the fuck are you gonna tell somebody they're dating somebody because of this situation? No. Let me move on. But basically, I don't like Dan. I would never stand him. And he's awful. Like I said, there are far more characters worse than Lucas Scott. And I'm going to keep saying that. Every character I just mentioned so far on this list is worse than Lucas. And I stand on that. So that's getting to number 4. Our number 4 pick is Ashley from The Secret Life of the American Teenager. When I tell y'all that I fucking hate Ashley, and the fact that she has my name is disgusting to the human race. The fact that I hate her. When I tell you that I hate Ashley, I fucking mean it. She is a bitch. Like, she puts the capital B in bitch. She is such a bitch. She is a true bitch. There is no other way to describe her character besides she's bitchy. She's bitchy and she always has an attitude. Like, she always has an attitude on her face. I will say that the actress that does play her, she did have a great glow up. She did. Now, In the first 2 seasons, I didn't really care for Ashley. Like, yeah, she had her sarcastic remarks, and she was still bitchy in the first 2 seasons, but she didn't really have a lot going on. To me, it really wasn't until like season 3 and a little bit in season 4 when she really got on my fucking nerves. Like, she really just got on my nerves. Like, the fact that she tried to lay up on Ricky and then basically fall for him and then try to say that he liked her too and that he's only choosing Amy because it's convenient to John. It's like, why people keep telling them that they want to be with each other because they have a kid? It's not about that. If that's what the case was, her and Ricky could have been together a long time ago. What the fuck are y'all talking about? This had nothing to do with John. Her and Ricky want to be together because they have underlying feelings for each other that they're ready to experience with each other. It was always there, if you ask me. There was always something underlining going on between Amy and Ricky. It just took time to explore it. To me, when they kissed in season 2, I knew that, it's time to focus on Amy and Ricky. We gotta make that a thing. They're the only 2 people on the show who had any real genuine chemistry to me, in my opinion. But like I said, the fact that she tried to lay up on Ricky and then, like I just said, she kissed the man, she tried to have sex with him, and then she went, in season 3, she went into Amy's room and said that there's some things I want to get off my chest. And she said, I've always resented you I've always resented you for hating me for kissing Ricky. And she said, now I realize the reason why you hate me is because you can't stand the fact that Ricky is secretly attracted to me. And she said, I just wanted to tell you that. I'm thinking like, Ashley, you sound delusional. Aren't you like 16? Ricky is 18. And not only that, why would he date you? You're the aunt of his son. That's very weird. I don't like when shows do stuff like, you dated him, I'm going to date him. You dated her, I'm going to date her. Unless, if it's a love triangle, that's the only way I will accept that. The only way. I feel like girl code and boy code should exist in TV shows, and sometimes it don't feel that way. Me personally, Amy was coming off way too nice. She really should have smacked the fuck out of Ashley. She really should have smacked the fuck out of Ashley a few times, actually. This, not just in season 3 and 4. She should have smacked the fuck out of her probably like in the first 2 seasons and then leading up some more smacks. And then I love that Amy told her the fact that you can't see that kiss was betrayal because you just wanted to have a little fun. And then she said you don't care if you destroy this family by having fun at band camp. Basically calling her a slave. Like, I hate Ashley. I really do. She's another one. She's obsessed with her and Ricky's relationship. I think she's another one. She's very insecure. And I hate her for that. There's other examples I can keep going on about Ashley. I just really hate her. Part of me just feels like, why does she hate Amy so much? Like, why? Why does she hate Amy so much? Why do you hate your own sister? Like, her and Amy, they don't treat each other like sisters. They don't come together like sisters. They hate each other. To me, it feels like they really deeply hate each other. Like, the fact that she got mad about Amy moving in with Ricky, too, that's another one. Talk about, why are you moving in too soon? Why? Like, why does it matter? Like, why does it matter? What I'm doing with my relationship with my boyfriend. He talks about, we're beginning through this divorce together with mom and dad. Mom has moved miles away. Dad is here. You always wanted dad to be closer to you, so you focus on that. That is their marriage. I'm not going to get mixed in any of that. I'm not going to get mixed in any of that. That's not my business. He had the nerve to call her, can't you just be an independent woman? Ashley, what the hell are you talking about? I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. How about you get some business and stop being obsessed with me and Ricky? Please. Like I said, there are plenty of times when Amy should have really smacked the fuck out of Ashley because she really deserved an ass whooping. This bitch was annoying from beginning to end, and I don't understand people who can like her. Like, she really was a bitch. Like, there's no other way to say it. She was really a bitch. Like, she had an attitude the whole show. and the fact that you try to sleep with your sister's boyfriend because you're feeling insecure, bitch, bye. Coming number 3 is Lori from The Walking Dead. I hate Lori. I'm gonna try to not make the rant so long because I really don't want these videos to be too long. But Lori is a lot of things. I feel like I might have to do her own individual. She might have to get her own video for me to really go ham on her because I don't want this video to be too long. But I should say Lori is a lying, conceiving whore. She played both Shane and Rick, and she played victim way too many times. She was a terrible wife and a terrible mother. She really played the fuck out of. She really played with Shane's feelings, really, and she manipulated that entire situation with Rick and Shane. Don't tell me she didn't, because yes, the fuck she did. The only reason why Rick killed Shane is because Lori manipulated the entire situation. There you have it. Lori is a whore. She will forever be a whore. She's a liar. She will forever be a liar. She's a manipulator. She will forever be a manipulator. Lori can rot for all I care. They're lucky that I cried at her death scene, because if they would have, they're lucky that they made her pregnant and that she had that death scene. Because I did cry and I did feel bad for Rick. But me personally, to hell with Lori. I don't care about her at all as a character. She played Rick like a fool the whole time. And then it's as if they had a nerve to be like, I'm alone in this whole pregnancy. You deserve to be alone in this pregnancy. You deserve it. You play with this man's heart and his emotions, and you tell me you ain't got the right to be fucking mad? No, Rick had every right to be mad. The only thing is, if she was gonna die, he did deserve to at least have a goodbye. And I don't like how they're trying to make him feel guilty about his behavior because she died. He had every right to be mad. Every right to be mad. You get pregnant by another man, you let this man nut at you, you get pregnant by another man, and I'm the asshole? Get the fuck out of here. Lori was trash. Coming in number 2 is Damon from The Vampire Diaries. I've already made a video about this with Damon, so I'm going to just keep this short and sweet. Damon is a romanticized character to me. I feel like whatever he does, nobody sees it as a problem. And that to me is very triggering and very, very weird to me. It's like whatever he does, they see it as gospel. This guy is like a cult leader. People worship the ground Damon, fans worship the ground Damon walks on. And I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that Ian Somerhalder was a very handsome man when he was younger. Like, that's just called a spade a spade. That's called a spade, a motherfucking spade. When people say pretty privilege exists, it does. Because a regular human being would have not gotten away with the shit Damon got away with. Rape, sexual harassment, inappropriate relationship. Oh my God. Killing pregnant women. Damon got away with so much shit in The Vampire Diaries. So much shit in The Vampire Diaries. And like I said, remember, I'm not saying the other characters haven't done the other bad stuff. They have. That's why like people say, people hate Damon, what about Stefan? Yes, we know Stefan's done shit. But it ain't about Stefan. Stop using other people as a loophole to defend your character. I hate when people do that. I hate that. Every time you bring Damon and Stefan up, someone always say, oh, Damon does terrible stuff, but what about Stefan? Stop bringing Stefan up to defend your character. This is not about Stefan. It's not. Stefan has not done half of the shit that Damon has done. Are you kidding me? This man manipulated and physically and mentally abused Caroline and raped her. So I'm so tired of saying that someone came up with the rape scenario and not everyone's following it like that's just a religion. It was rape. It was definitely sexual assault. Caroline was compelled that entire relationship. She was. So it definitely was rape going on. Don't tell me it wasn't. What was that predatory shit he was doing with Vicky in that episode that they romanticized? This girl was dancing in her panties. Why did he strip her naked? Was some sexual assault going on there? That was weird to me too. That was weird. Like, he fed her blood, and then the next scene, she got no pants on. She just in her underwear, and like he's like half naked. Like, what was that about? Damon was a creep, and he will forever be a creep, and I don't stand him and Lena. Delana is toxic as hell. Damon is just trash. He puts the capital T in trash. I don't care what anyone says to me. To me, his character getting a happy ending and his character not receiving any consequences for his actions, to me, outside of the terrible plot lines and the stupidity decisions they made in that show, Damon's character dragged Vampire Diaries down for me completely. It dragged it down. I'm not a Damon fan. I don't like him. And me personally, I feel like if you do like him, you need help. You need help. The only thing I would give Damon is that he was funny sometimes. But other than that, he can rot. Coming at number 1 is Dan Scott from One Tree Hill. Dan, I kind of already made a video about this too. I think I mentioned it in Unpopular Opinions for One Tree Hill. So I'm going to just repeat myself. Dan was horrible. He was trash. I think one of the things I really hate about his character, I think it's the same problem too that I have with Damon, is that you dug your character so far deep into the ground that you honestly want the audience to believe that this character can be redeemed. Dan has done so many awful things to half of the characters in One Tree Hill. To his own 2 sons, to his own wife, his ex-girlfriend, to Keith. He even killed his own brother in cold blood. Oh, he tried to kill Clay. He tried to drown him in season 7. Did anyone remember that? That he cornered him and then he dragged him into the water and he tried to kill him. He said, "I'm gonna kill you." The next time I see you, he said, "I will kill you if you don't make things right with Nathan and his career." And this guy deserves redemption? No. Dan, to me, will forever be a character that I just feel like, why was he redeemed? To me, Dan was that first character to me that I saw on TV and was like, oh, I hope he gets what he deserves in the end. And then he gets redeemed. I thought that was just like, that was playing with my emotions and like playing with people's insanity. And to me, that shit wasn't cool. And especially when he can't even go to therapy and deal with his own shit. Like, he can't even deal with his own shit. He thinks he deserves a second chance because you went to prison? Fuck out. And like I said, there are people who think that Chuck didn't deserve a redemption. I disagree. I think Chuck was redeemable. But the thing I love about Chuck, what they didn't do with Dan or Damon, is that Chuck had to keep making mistakes to understand them. And I know a lot of people say it shouldn't take so many mistakes to learn from them. I agree with that. But I think Chuck was always able to humble himself and understand his behavior. To the fact that he went to therapy. He is the only character out of all these characters who went to therapy and worked on himself. That's it. So for that, I would forever love Chuck. And not only that, Ed Westwick was just very charismatic, and he had a lot of aura to him. And yes, they did hint that Chuck was handsome, but there was so much to Chuck than just being like the ladies' man. There was so much to him. It was so much underlining feelings and emotions to that character. and so much underlining understanding to that character that made the audience get on his side. That made the audience love Chuck and Blair because they had to develop Chuck more, and that made us love Chuck and Blair even more. And I stand them too. I love Chuck and Blair. I don't give a fuck what anybody say. I didn't mean to turn this into a Chuck and Blair rant, but like I said, so I would just love Chuck. Like I said, you could feel how you want to feel about him, but to me, he will always be one of my favorite characters on TV. Like I said, Ed Westbrook is just very charismatic, and he had a lot of aura to him, and he was easily like the best actor after Leighton Ministry on The Gossip Girl. So deal with it. Solve the pill and deal with it. And as for these characters, deal with it. I don't care what anyone has to say about them. I don't care about any of your opinions on them. Don't try to defend these characters, because then I'm going to have to come for you. Sorry, you know, I got a little overreacted there. But me personally, all seriousness, I would love to hear your opinions on these characters. Even if you want to defend them, I would love to hear some defending. Because to me, I would love to hear it. I would love to hear your take, that way that I can reject your take and tell you why I truly don't like these characters. So, that being said, this has been Ashley. I will see you guys next time.